so excited because we have a super simple but super fancy recipe for you. We are making fancy fudgesicles. These things are kind of like fudgesicles, but the rich, posh cousins. So let's get started. So here I've got 2 cups of milk. I'm using light milk, but feel free to use full cream milk, or alternatively, double cream or whipping cream, whatever's available to you. The more cream in your milk or cream that you have, the creamier that the fudgesicles will be. I wanted a lighter version, and that's why I've used light milk, but feel free to be creative with this. So I'm gonna microwave this for about 2 minutes on high so that it is hot but not boiling, and then I'll show you what to do with it. So my milk is hot but not boiling, and I've got 2 tablespoons of sugar. I'm using caster sugar just because it'll be easier to dissolve. And we've got some drinking chocolate and 2 tablespoons of that as well. Now you can use cocoa powder if you want it to be super duper rich, but again, I was going for a lighter kind of taste or texture rather. So I decided to use drinking chocolate, but if you want to use cocoa powder, it's exactly the same quantity. So I'm going to whisk this through until it's completely dissolved. And I think that I'm pretty happy with that. And then I'm going to take 200 grams of cooking chocolate, and I'm going to put it into this bowl and break it up so that it is in small pieces so that it makes it easier, because what we're going to do is pour the milk, the hot milk, over the top of the chocolate. We've got the broken up chocolate and our milk mixture here that is very, very hot. So I'm going to pour that over the top. This is going to sit exactly like you would when you're making a ganache. So pouring the hot cream over and then letting the chocolate melt for a little bit. I'm going to leave it for probably only about a minute, and then I'm going to mix it through to get a rich, creamy mixture. I'd let this sit for about a minute, maybe 2, and we've got the thick chocolate on the bottom, and hopefully by just whisking it through really slowly, we'll get it all to melt properly. Now if you are having trouble when it's melting and trying to get it to melt because your milk is not hot enough, or you've left it for too long and it's cooled down too much, you can put it in the microwave and zap it for about maybe 30 seconds at the most, and then try to whisk it through, because remember, chocolate does melt with agitation. So I'm going to mix this through, see how we go, and then I'll come back to show you how we're going to make them fancy. I've poured my mixture into a jug with a spout just for easier transfer between these and the little cups. So what we're going to do is I'm going to pour them into the cup, and I'm going to fill them most of the way up to about there. And then when we serve them, we're going to turn them out so they're upside down, so they're little dome. They kind of look like chocolate panna cottas, but they're not. So just a quick side note for what I've done with my recipe for today. I've used light milk, and as you probably know if you've had light milk, there's a lot of water in it. So the mixture is probably, once it's frozen, going to turn out with quite a few icicles in it, because that's just how when water freezes that it works, and especially because it's got the chocolate in it. So if you're not too keen on that kind of texture of your icicle, or like of your fudgesicle, you can just use full cream or full cream milk, and it will work just the same. So you can use full cream milk or just cream, and that will give you a kind of fuller, creamier texture, which is probably what you'd be going for with a fudgesicle anyway. And I think we've got just enough for half one. So I'm going to put these into the freezer for about 6 to 8 hours, or if you can, overnight, and then I'll show you what they look like. I'm using 6-ounce cups, so this recipe that we've used today fills up 7.5 6-ounce cups, just for the reference for how much it yields. These have been in the freezer overnight, and you can see that they are completely solid. So what I'm going to do to get them out of the cup is just cut down the side. And then just peel it off. And then I'm going to put it in the dish. And then I've got some frozen raspberries just for decoration to make it look a little bit more fancy. And there we have the finished fudgesicle, but the fancy version. So there we have the finished fancy fudgesicles. I really hope that you've enjoyed this video and you give it a try because it's really delicious. If you want to see more from me and you like what you saw, make sure you hit subscribe so you can be notified every time I upload a new video. You can check out my previous video and my next video, and all my social media will be linked below. See you later.